preparing. I think we're live. We are live. Okay, so now we're going to go back to here. Meeting is now streaming live. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm glad you joined us, for those of you who are joining us, and I hope that I'm not buffering too much, but we're going to just get through this, and I can always redo it again. But for those of you who've been in my community for a while, you know my better half, my partner in crime, is Stephanie Taylor. And while I'm kind of like the big picture thinker and the coach and do all of that, Stephanie is that wizard behind the curtain. Like, she makes everything work in my life. She taught herself SEO. She put together our website. She does everything with Facebook. And so she is the one that really understands how to do all of this, not me. However, I'm going to walk you through it, but Stephanie is also on. So if I don't hit everything or miss a point, she's going to say, hey, Allison, you forgot about this. So as I said before, what I wanted to talk about right now is creating a pixel and why you need a pixel and what a pixel is about. So first of all, let's start out with, if you have a business, you need to have a Facebook business page. That is the only way you can advertise. So you've got to have a Facebook business page, okay? Once you have a Facebook business page, you need to put what's called a pixel on your website. And if you don't have a website, you could put it on, your cart, wherever you sell. But what a pixel does is it's a piece of code that really allows you to track who comes to your website, who comes to your page. You can find new people who are engaging with your page. You can see how visitors engage with your page. You can see if they're hitting on one page or they're going to a next, or if you have something that you're selling, you can see how far they go through. And then once you do that and you create Facebook ads, you can create what's called lookalike audiences based on who is visiting your website through Facebook. And I'm not going to get into lookalike audiences and all of that, but I do have a course that's going to start right in June 21st called Facebook Success Strategy, 30 Days to Increase Your Income and Grow Your Audience. So you're going to learn more there, but I wanted to talk you through today why the heck you need a pixel and take out the fear. It's not that hard to figure out, I promise you. But what I will tell you is, like with everything else we do, Stephanie has spent months and months, even years, honing in on our Facebook strategy and figuring all of this out. Like, I can't tell you how much time she's taken doing this. But what we're doing is we're breaking it down for you, making it really easy. And like I said, in that course I'm offering starting June 21st, you're going to learn so much stuff that would have taken you like literally months and months to figure out. And we're going to teach it to you in 30 days, make it easy, and show you that it doesn't take a lot of time and it also doesn't take a lot of money. And you can find out more about that on the front of my site, allison-jacobson.com. But I'll also put in the link in this Facebook Live how you can get there. So why do you need the pixel? Okay, the pixel collects the data that helps you track conversions on your site. It helps you optimize your ads. It builds your target audiences. It really lets you hone in on who is that ideal client, who is that person that's coming to your site through Facebook. And look, we all probably have in mind who that audience is and who that ideal client is, but you might be surprised at who's actually coming to your site. And with the pixel, you can get a lot of information and do a really deep dive into who that ideal client is, where they're spending their time, where they're interested, where they're really tuning in to what your offer is. So that's why it's important. What it does, and I might have Stephanie chime in on this, but basically it places, it works by placing and triggering cookies to track users as they interact with your business, both on and off Facebook and Instagram. So it's not just when you're on Facebook and Instagram, it's tracking everybody on your site, however they get there. But you do need, like I said, to have a Facebook business page to put a pixel on, because you can't even advertise without a business page. And again, in this course, I'm offering Facebook Success Strategy, 30 days to increase your income and grow your audience. We talk about why you need a business page and what this focus and strategy should be about that versus having a group, which is also really important, and how those two things are a little different. We also talk about how to create content in like 30 days worth of content in just a day, and how you could use different little pieces all around Facebook for you. So a couple of questions about it. Do you need to have your blog on WordPress, or does it work on other platforms, your Pixel? It's code, so it can work on any platform. So we use WordPress. You might use Wix, you might use something else, but it's just a piece of code that goes onto your website. There are a certain amount of pixels that Facebook allows you to have.
Allison, one thing about that, all website backend platforms should have a plugin which helps you put the code on for you. So it makes it much easier. So I know when you start talking code in HTML, people get very scared, but there are plugins that walk you through it.
And a plugin just makes it easy, right? Stuff like you can Google plugins for Wix and plugins for WordPress, right?
Right. When you're in your back end, like for instance, in WordPress, there is a tab, plugins, and you can search your plugin. So you can search.
And what would be the term you would search for?
Pixel.
To get
Pixel probably.
Okay.
Or header and footer, because you're going to be putting it into the header of each page.
Okay. So in WordPress, if you're on WordPress, there are plugins. Go and search Pixel or header footer. And Stephanie on ours uses a plugin on WordPress called header footer to do the pixels. So that's really important to know too. Getting back to the 8 pixels, if you don't know this, and this is another big part we're going to go through my course, Facebook Success Strategy, that starts June 21st, is how iOS 14 is really changing the game of Facebook. Like Facebook's not liking it, because what's happening is it's not allowing, it's asking people, do you really want to share your information? And I don't know if it's happening on my phone right now. When you're on any site, do you want to share your information? Well, I always hit no. So that's going to really screw up Facebook, and it's going to screw up your advertising. And that's why Facebook wants you to stay on Facebook as much as possible. That's why videos are going to become way more important. Okay, so you can have 8 pixels, and that's going to be for optimization. So that means you can have, conversions. And what is a conversion? Well, a conversion is if you're having something added to your cart, if you're having somebody complete a registration to get a freebie from you, if they're doing page views, anything like that is a conversion event on your site. And you can have 8, 1 for each pixel. So here comes the most important part. Where do you go to create the pixel? And I'm going to share my screen because we're going to walk right through this. And I'm going to walk through this entire process. So we're going to share my screen. And we're going to go to Facebook. Okay, so I'm thinking you're going to see all of this. What you can do is you can type in facebook.com/ads/manager. And as I said, this is all going to stay in the group, this video, so you'll always be able to look back and see it. So I'm going to hit that. And this is going to take you to what's called your ads manager. Okay, you can only get to this if you have a business page. So you have to set up your business page. You then go to this ads manager, and then see these 3 lines here? You're going to hit that, and it's going to take you to all tools. Then you're going to go to your events manager. Now, we already have our pixels set up, okay? But for you to do it, you're going to click on this connect data sources. And Stephanie, what are they going to do from there? Oh, you're on mute, Steph.
Sorry, I'd find the unmute button.
That's all right. So
When you
what happens from here?
Well, you're going to continue pixel setup and you're going to get the code for your website.
Okay.
You're going to give them the information and then you're going to get the code. So you want to,
So you're going to hit continue pixel setup. And then again, ours is already set up. So you see how I have Allison Jacobson's pixel. So ours is already set up. But if you go to continue pixel setup, it is going to walk you through.
You could hit that. It won't hurt if you hit that.
Oh, see, Stephanie's giving. So you guys, you don't understand. This is a big deal. Like I have to ask Stephanie permission to do stuff in the back end because she knows I will screw it up. So that's why she's on here. All right. So I'm going to hit continue pixel setup.
Right. And you would do, right. And that's when you could do, if you hit install code manually, you get the code, hit that. We're not going to do anything, but you see how it gives you the base code right up there?
Yep, and you're going to copy that code.
Yep, you copy that and you put it into your website. And if you're using the header and the footer plugin or a pixel plugin, you put it right into the plugin.
Okay, so again, you're going to go to WordPress, you're going to look for a plugin for header footer, and then you're going to copy this base code. And then one of the biggest things I kept asking Stephanie is, well, how the heck do you know if this is working, right? Like, how do you know this pixel is collecting data? So Stephanie, where do we go to see how it's collecting information?
Well, there's one thing you can do is do a Google extension, Pixel Helper.
Okay.
And if you install that and then you go to your page.
Okay, do I have Pixel Helper? I think I do. Is that little guy right?
You do.
Let's
I know
see.
you installed it.
Pixel Helper, here we go.
So if you go right now to Allison Jacobson, open Allison Jacobson.
Right here, Facebook.
No, but don't
Facebook.
do that. Click, open a new tab and go to the home page of the website.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to open a new tab. There we go. And I'm going to, the website. Okay, yeah. So we're going to go to my website.
And that just
and there, as you can see, is also where you can find more information on our course, Facebook Success Strategy. All right, so now I'm going to go to that pixel thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you notice there's with two things.
It says right there, Midlife Maven, that's the pixel.
Yep. Okay, and would I click, view analytics. Okay, and so this will tell me, well, Stephanie, what will this tell me?
Well, first of all, by just looking at the extension, it tells you that the pixel's installed.
Okay.
And then when you go to your analytics, it's basically giving you the information, the reason you put the pixel on, so you can start to see users and traffic and things like that. Awesome. Very similar to Google Analytics, but this is specific for your Facebook ads and how what it's tracking.
Yeah.
And it's getting smarter every day.
And it does get smarter. So, and that's when Stephanie says it gets smarter every day, the longer the pixel is on your site, the more it gets to understand who is visiting your site, and it will tell you who your ideal client is. It will really hone in on their likes, their dislikes. And then, as I said, if you sign up for my course, Facebook Success Strategy, 30 days to grow your income and increase your audience, I'm going to talk about all the different ways you can set up an ad and really hone in on who your ideal client is. There's so many different things you can click, but again, I'm making it super simple for you, and I'm going to also tell you when it's not worth doing ads. So if you have a business and you are on Facebook, you've got to learn how to create ads. It doesn't take a lot of money and it won't take a lot of time, I promise you, but you've got to be there because you are leaving money on the table otherwise. So, okay, so we're seeing that a lot of my users are coming from the social networks, the search engines, referrals. So that will, and then the traffic source. And then if you go down, you see where my audience. So as I said before, a lot of mine is US, but I also have UK, Canada. So you can see where all of these people are coming from. So that's important to show right now. I'm going to go back. Did I freeze? I think I froze. Good gravy. Hold on.
I know. I see you.
Okay, that's really odd. I'm not sure.
The big frame froze, but the little frame didn't freeze.
Okay, so there we go. There we go. Technology as best. So this is what I wanted to walk you through: why you need a pixel, what it does, how it helps you, and the easy shortcuts to put a pixel onto your website. Steph, is there anything else we're missing?
No, I think that's a great introduction. And as we get into the course and the more specifics and walking people through it, but I think this was a good oversight to what it is without making people's head explode.
And that, you guys, that's one of the things that Stephanie and I are really serious about. I feel like and I don't mean to make us sound old, but in midlife, we don't get this shit as easily as millennials, right? And
Right.
Sometimes I find millennials talk so freaking fast and they're like, do this, do this, do this. And it's like, whoa, 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 wait a second. So Stephanie and I are committed to working with you guys, our midlife mavericks, and explaining things step by step in easy to understand ways. And I can tell you, it doesn't have to be difficult. And there's a lot of stuff you don't need to do. And I think that's what's really important. You see all these courses of all of what you need to do, but there's also some things you don't need to do. And I think that's really important because I'm about saving money and saving time. So that's really important. In this, I'm going to, and if you have any questions and you're watching this on replay, just hashtag replay, put in the questions. We will definitely get back to you with answers. I'm also going to put in the link that we talked about to get to the pixel, the Facebook one. In our course, we're going to talk about how to set up a business page, how to set up a group, how you use both of them. I'm going to show you how to write 30 days of content in one day, you guys. And we're also going to take you into how to create an ad, when you should create an ad, when you shouldn't create an ad. It's going to be through 4 weeks, 30 days to increase your income, grow your audience. Starts June 21st, but if you sign up, you're going to get four weeks of courses from us. You're going to also get a private Facebook group. You're going to get 2 45-minute one-on-one strategy sessions with me and Stephanie to walk through your specific issues. But if you sign up by this Friday, you get an additional hour one-on-one with us. And we will hold your hand through all of this. So if you sign up by this Friday night, you get that extra 1 hour with us. Doors open June 21st, and we're going to keep that private Facebook group open for you forever. And all of this will be housed in a portal. So if you don't make one of the live group coaching sessions, you can always look back at it. And one of the things Stephanie and I are committed to is we believe in over delivering, right? We want you to leave our courses feeling like you've got everything controlled. And if you don't, I want you to reach out to us. I want you to talk to us. I want to make you successful. So you can go and sign up. I'll put that link in there as well. And can't wait to work with you. Bye, guys.